Hey guys, this is Rise bringing you another commentary. Today we're going to be doing the BSL race wars that occurred in the end of August. And that was a really fun set of race wars. I caught a couple of the games live, so unfortunately there are a few games that I'm aware of the outcome, but only a couple of them because I only caught the tail end of it. So a lot of these are actually going to be a surprise for me as well, and very much looking forward to casting them. BSL, if you don't remember, is very simply the Boombastic Star League that's being hosted by a guy named Zero. As always, I'll link his Discord and Twitter and all that stuff down below. So if you're interested in checking it out, please do so. It's a lot of fun. You can participate. They have three different leagues: the Chobo League, the Gosu League, and then the actual BSL itself. And there's a lot of good players through all the leagues, and I saw there's players with MMR as low as like 1,000 and as high as 2,500. So certainly something for everybody if you're interested in having some fun playing StarCraft. And we want to see as many people there as possible. I know Zero's got a goal of 300 players in this BSL. I think he's up to like 271 or 281, something like that. So only a few more that he's got to go before he's got his 300 number, and that's a pretty solid tournament participation. 300 people, that's incredible. I mean, this is the year 2020 for a game that came out in '97. I guess Brood War didn't, but StarCraft came out in 1997. So for a game this old to have so many participants, it's clear that the scene isn't dead. And there is a prize pool for winners. I think there's a prize pool for each of the lower level leagues as well. And yeah, so we're starting off. Let me show you some stuff that's going on here. This is again a race war between Protoss, Zerg, and Terran, and what that means is each race has a certain number of players, and they have I believe it's 4 lives each in total. So we're starting off with Dewalt versus Trutacz. Trutacz, I always say that wrong. And obviously, we actually just watched a game between Dewalt and Trutacz. This is not the same one that we casted earlier. That was a regular BSL game, and this is one of their special, I call it side tourneys of, race wars being one of them. They have a couple of other types that they do. And honestly, it's a really fun format. So we're starting off this first match on Polypoid, and the winner of this will go on to face the next race. So if Dewalt wins, he'll go on to face Grind Boss. If Trutacz wins, he'll go on to face Grind Boss on Benzene. And then I'll keep popping these up and down as we get through the games here. So looks like we had a gateway start for Dewalt into a Nexus. And we've just got a pretty standard. I think he had overpool into that hatchery. I wasn't completely paying attention, but that would certainly make sense with what we're seeing here. A couple of Lings are out on the map. Some trying to figure out what's going on over in Dewalt space, but they're not going to be able to break up that ramp with the probe and the zealot there to block it. They'll two-shot every single Ling, so it'll take quite a few Lings to break through just that simple wall. And with 4, I don't think he can do it, and he can't even find an opening here anyway. So those Lings are just going to have to hang out there and watch for any move outs as we see from Dewalt. Now he's got a Forge coming up, so obviously he's going to throw some cannons down in the back here. Maybe get a Ling kill or two. I'm sure he doesn't want to lose that Zealot. A nice rotation there to make sure that he's got healthy Zealots out in the front. He is claiming his assimilator gas geyser, so he can start going for some gas tech. Obviously, he's got the cybernetics core going out first, and will we see Corsairs? That's a pretty typical follow-up for Protoss, obviously. In the meantime, Trutacz is taking his bottom expansion, second expansion, that 12 o'clock location for his third base. Not sure if Dewalt saw that yet. I think there's a way for me to just check that, but honestly I can't remember what button I have to press to see vision, so I'll look that up later, maybe in between matches here. We are guaranteed to have at least, I guess, what would it be, 4 plus 4, I guess we're guaranteed at least 8 matches. So a lot of games coming here. I'll probably do this in a couple of parts. And oh, look at this. This is kind of cool. Dewalt just blocking off. Oh, not a full wall off. He was trying to block off though, so Lings can't easily defend. And oh, is the Ursidon going to help? He is. He's going to block off. Oh, he kills him. Very nice. Trutacz is paying attention. He's awake, and very nice surround to take out those couple of zealots. I think Dewalt was hoping to get these down here before there was any reaction from Trutacz, but he also needed to make sure he bought enough time for that cannon to come up. Otherwise, that's a little scary. It could be a little scary for the Protoss. We are going to see a Stargate coming out. There's a little bit more of a harassment / mini battle going on here. There's plenty of Lings to deal with this, but with a little bit of micro, Dewalt should be able to optimize the life expectancy of each of these zealots. But not this time. Now he went a little bit too far up, and they're going to get surrounded pretty easily and taken out. He may see the fact that there is one mining drone here, but with the exception of that, not a ton of information. And we do see a Spire out. I'm assuming that we're just going to see a couple of Scourge for now, which we do. We see 2 Scourge being made. Because of the 4th hatchery, it's more likely that he's going to move into Hydralisks and possibly go for a Hydra Bust here, which Dewalt having only 2 cannons, because it looks like he's expecting potentially having some mutas in his base. He is unfortunately going to be greeted by a couple of Scourge here in the not too distant future. You can see them coming across the mini-map here to meet up with this Corsair, and I hope Dewalt is paying attention because they could just crash right into it. Ooh, Scourge are dumb. That's terrible for Trutacz. Not terrible, but, you know, unfortunate. He had a really good beeline to the front of that Corsair, and unfortunately, 2 shots from a cannon, that'll take out a Scourge, so... and 1 Scourge can't even take out a Corsair. He's just going to use them for scouting purposes and probably move on to the Hydra Den. There it is, getting speed. 4th hatchery is just about wrapping up there, popping right now. We've got Overlord speed being researched as well. That's probably mostly to deal with the Corsair. Obviously, that'll be helpful in case Dewalt is trying to be sneaky and going for DT tech, which he may be doing. He's got Templar Archives on the way. And, oh, look at this. He's got his locked-in probe, so he is actually going to go committing to the Corsair here a little bit. And with a couple of shots, he should be able to one-shot those. So what he's doing is he's using this this probe here to micro his Corsairs like you would see mutas microed with an Overlord. Or you can micro a muta if you group them with a larva or a trapped drone. All the same, it all works just the same way. But most typically you'll see Overlords used, and then they just change the Overlord to one a little bit further back, and you know this way they can keep infinitely microing their muta with just Overlords kind of moving into the battle but then being pulled back pretty regularly. But with the number of Hydras here, these 4 Corsairs, and I think he made a 5th one, right? There's the 5th one. Maybe there's another one somewhere else. They're not going to be super effective. Oh, that was the 6th one he was making. Okay. And in the meantime, there's the DT. So we are going to see a DT coming out of here, but with the number of Hydras, I don't think Trutacz is too worried. You know, he may lose a couple of Lings here, or maybe a drone or 2, but with 2 Overlords here, there's just not much risk. And I think we're up to what, 6? Yeah, 6 Corsair here as he is going to do some Overlord hunting, which I think is a good play, but I don't think it's going to help too much with the DT. Let's see if he decides to meet them up, or if he's just going to go poke around and try to distract him from another spot. It looks like that's what he was debating doing, but again, seeing that number of Hydras, he's just going to back off. What do we got here? We've got, looks like 5 Hydras just hanging out under some Overlords. So again, very good defense from Trutacz, and I think Dewalt realizes this, and he's just going to head back to base with that DT. Maybe make a Dark Archon with it, which he would just need to invest 1 more DT to do. I guess we can do a quick check here to see what's building. We've got a lot of Templar and Zealots. I don't see a second DT anywhere, but there may be one somewhere here. These 6 Corsair are going to scout that 6 o'clock location once again. potentially take out. Oh, is he going to get? No, he got the upgrade before he could take it out. That would have been a fantastic pickoff for Dewalt if he could have got that before the upgrade was done. And now with the Zealots distracting the Hydras a little bit, it looks like he's going to go for some Overlords, but not going to get him. In fact, didn't really even do that much damage to him. Hydras, on the other hand, though, are heading out to take out the 12 o'clock location base that we see going up for Dewalt. He is not going to be able to defend this with what's coming in. Although I stand corrected. With a DT and no Overlords in sight, those Hydras are not going to be able to do anything. They don't want to take that type of loss against a single DT. Not to mention he did have 4 Templar, all with energy for storms, so unlikely to accomplish too much. And now we do have some Overlords joining the fight here to help cover for the DTs. I don't know where they're going completely. Oh, looked like they were they were just going to head right over the top of the base, which honestly wouldn't have mattered because there's nothing that can shoot up over here other than this cannon. And more lurkers are being created. This is interesting. Trutacz sending a total of 7 Overlords, sending in the Hydras to try to deal with the single cannon here, which is the only vision that I think we've got from Dewalt. He is making observers now, but I don't think there's any out on the field yet. And so he's going to have to try to buy time before those lurkers can get up the base. Nice storm over here. He's going to catch a couple of units. Another good storm opportunity. Looks like he's going to hit 2 lurkers there. Another one coming down, but unfortunately not going to grab a single thing with that one. But he knows where the lurker is, and just not enough to pop him. Takes him out with the second one. And by now the observer should be making its way over here. There he is. I think Dewalt's going to be okay here. He should be able to clean this up. He's just waiting for that observer. There it is. Taking out some more lurkers. And to be honest, Trutacz did not accomplish that much here. He may end up getting a couple of probes if he decides that. Nope, he doesn't focus on them in time. He had a chance at maybe getting a few there. And really, if we look at supply, Dewalt at a pretty significant lead here, 126 to 78. Trutacz is not about to give up, though. He's going to keep the pressure on, sending another 6 Overlords with a couple control groups of Hydras and what looks like a single lurker. And, well, he's going to morph right in front of him. He's going to show him what he's doing, which is pretty ballsy with the storm there. Another nice storm gets a couple of Hydras. 2 storms would take out these eggs. They have no defense against storm. Of course, they've got a ton of carapace for regular attacks. And, oh, very nice. That DT is going to get a couple of free shots. And it looks like he is going to... Oh, no, he does not get that Templar. I thought he was about to. Oh, he may still get him. Nope. But he is going to be in range of the cannon. We've got DTs trying to take out those lurkers in the back. He does get that front one up in the front of the base here. I should probably zoom out a little bit because there's a lot of action going on here. And Trutacz may actually be stuck in a bad spot here. It looks like he realizes that, starts to back out. He's still on 3 base against 3 base Protoss, and I think this is starting to look a little all-inny to me. If he doesn't, if he's not careful, he's going heavy on the Hydras. A couple of drones there not working, and a lot of lurkers. But man, it would be nice if he could get that a 4th base going. Otherwise, I think this game is going to be in Dewalt's favor here in the not too distant future. Really, all Dewalt has to do is start pushing across, and I think he's thinking about doing that right now. Let's check out what his upgrades are. He's 1-1, pretty nice. See if the Forge is going for a 2nd upgrade on both armor and attack. And he's getting a 4th base, mineral only, which again on Polypoid, I didn't really show the map here. I could show it briefly, but they've got these very exposed mineral onlys where you don't want to take that as your 3rd typically, but you know, sometimes it makes sense. Corsairs continuing to be harassing and annoying, looking to see if they can get a few free Overlords here, which I don't know. There's, you know, Trutacz left a couple of Hydras back here, and they're going to be continually popping out, although that time they were lurkers. So we might be able to get 1 or 2, but I think not a ton will be accomplished here. He does go after it, and my guess is he's going to lose one of them. Nope, manages to keep it. Let's check out the upgrades on the Zerg. We've got level 2 on the way for attack only, no carapace. So that's going to be tough as that +2 kicks in for the Protoss. Those Dragoons just going to be doing 24 damage a pop. And you know, with no defense, it doesn't take too many shots to take out a Hydra, or Lurker for that matter. And he has reached that critical mass of Dragoons where this is a very scary army, especially with a few Templar mixed in there. And these are clumped up Lurkers. He's got to be careful. We've got an observer out on the field. I'd love to see at least one or two more in case there were some Overlords here to pick them off. But big battle here, and this is very much looking to be in Dewalt's favor as all these Lurkers are not doing anything as he kind of sidesteps the whole Lurker hold here, and yeah, they are just not doing anything. And he lost most of his Zealots to Hydras, but now if it's just Dragoon versus Lurker, he's not going to have too tough a time here cutting through the rest of this. And that looks like what he's going to do. Nope, he's going to back off. I didn't see too many storms there. I think maybe there was some opportunity. He looks like Trutacz decided to do a run by behind, though, and distracted both Dewalt and myself. Again, doesn't accomplish too much. Gets a cannon here. Maybe sniped a Templar or two. But at this point, again, Dewalt is just in a huge lead from a supply standpoint. We do see Trutacz going for that fourth base, but that fourth base is after Dewalt's. So he's not in a great position here at all, as Dewalt's army and macro has been taking advantage of those four bases, I guess down to three bases, for quite a while here. So his benefits kicked in, and now we've got naked Lurkers that are just getting demolished here by Dragoons and Zealots, and very few losses on Dewalt's side, but massive losses, especially from an income and or resource cost standpoint. Those Lurkers are expensive, and now he's down to pure Hydra, which with a couple of good storms, this could be game in the next battle or two. Let's see how it plays out, though, as Dewalt is kind of running around the Zerg, but he's going to be able to pincer him because the Zerg, all of Trutax's forces are in this odd choke, and one storm gets a couple of Hydras, not the best storm I've ever seen, and it looks like he may be about of energy. Yeah, he is out of energy on that Templar. It's going to be picked off. And Dewalt's like, don't care, going to take out your fourth. Rather than trying to defend this, maybe he's just going to wait for these defending Zealots to come in, and he is going to send back the bulk of his forces here, but not before Trutacz loses most of his units, before the bulk of the forces even get there. So let's be honest, Trutacz is behind, lost that fifth or fourth base, never got the mineral only here, down to three bases. Dewalt didn't lose hardly anything, no economic damage there whatsoever. And with, again, geez, 7, 8 Lurkers here, not the scariest thing that Dewalt's going to be running into. He fought bigger battles already with the smaller army. He's 100 supply, almost 100 supply ahead, 70 supply ahead of Trutacz. And Trutacz going again for another battle, but oh, beautiful storms this time. And now there's no Hydras, there's only Lurkers. And only Lurkers while they'll take out a single Zealot. Oh, the clumping is brutal. Loses 3 at a time there from a couple of good storms. And he is on the front door of Trutacz. And Trutacz, GG's out. Without a GG, by the way. I always love pointing that out. And yeah, Dewalt takes game 1. So let's see what we want to do here. I've got to do a couple of things so we can move on to the next game, because I'm just going to do this all together. Let me put up my time blocker so nobody can see. Oh, wait a second. Oh, let me do something different. Let's do this. Does this help? I don't know if this helps block it. Let me see. I have one other thing I can do. I can just hide the screen here real quick, because I just realized you guys are going to see everything if I do that. So we're just gonna hide the screen here for a moment, if I can figure that out in, you know, any amount of time here. There we go. All right, screen is hidden. Nope, my replay bar is still there. I'll take that. Whatever, you can leave that on. All right, let's get to the next game here. We will put stats up while we wait. Start loading the next replay. So next game is going to be on Benzene, as we just talked about, and obviously Dewalt is moving on, as he has got the race war head start. I've got to update our map here too, so give me a second. Oh, that does block it. All right, well, I guess that works too. Map is now benzene, so let's change that to benzene. There we go. So we can take a look at that while I get the next replay set up, and this blocks it better than I thought it would, so next time I won't have to do that. I was worried that you would see how many replays there are, which would be problematic. All right, cool. So again, benzene here as we fumble our way through the game. Oh, I turned the game off on the other screen though. Don't worry, we'll figure this out eventually together. There we go. And I've got like all this other stuff popped up there. Oh, I want that. Don't want that. Okay. All right. We're learning. While this is going though, let me unhide the next ones. What do we got? What's the best way to do this? I guess I can just start it as we got Dewalt versus Grime Boss. Yes, I may have pre-populated some of this in. Sorry. We got to change the colors though. If they're not the right colors, everything is for naught. So Grime Boss is, I think this is the first time we're watching a game with Grime Boss. But he's going to go up against Dewalt, who is just a monster of a player on benzene, which we talked about briefly, but we'll just bring it back up. 2-player map. It's got the weird, we talked about this last game or a few games ago, but it's got that weird, not that you watched every single video I made, but it's got that weird artifact at the top of the naturals, or the bottom of the natural, so depending on which side you're on, bottom left or top right. And it's got, I think, 400 hit points, something like that, so you can do some interesting cheese, which, let's get back to the game, because there may be something like that happening. Oh, looks like we lost the screen there for a second. I'm not sure what caused that. Sorry about that. Oh, because when I was updating the Excel sheet. All right, we'll be careful next time. I don't know if I can stop that from happening. I'll have to do that between games. Dewalt, though, going with the assimilator cheese. I like it a lot. And that probe just going to harass the building SCV, which, my God, is the most annoying thing on the planet. If you're a Terran player, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not actually a Terran player. I'm actually a random player. And, yeah, you can save your booze for later. I'm just like Flash, that's all. Flash is a random player now, right? So that makes it okay. But Dewalt looks like he's playing somewhat normal here. Nothing crazy I would expect to see an assimilator of his own potentially. Or will we go for, I don't know, second gateway, early Nexus? Right now, I'm not suspecting the Nexus. I think we're going to see some potential one-base play, which is a lot of fun. First Zealot's out on the map. He's going to make his way across. A lot of SCVs trying to take out that assimilator. And Dewalt, oh, the BM gas steal, -8 gas. Sucks to be you. That's gonna, that could potentially ruin your game, but not before he gets his revenge. Almost takes out an SCV as well. I think Dewalt was hoping to double up on the gas assimilator harassment. That's always a brutal hit to take as a Terran player for sure. And yeah, we are still on one base. So I think we are going for the Nexus at this point. Yep, it looks like he's going to go for that now that he's made a couple of Zealots to harass, although obviously he's got to save up some money. And first Zealot is going to meet the bunker face to face before it finishes, and I think he's going to go after that SCV to try to stop it. Or you can just go after the Marine, and there's only one. So Grime Boss, honestly, that's a little cheeky to be going after a single, only making a single Marine. This is going to be actually pretty difficult for him to micro. Almost loses that first Marine, but that Marine is not going to want to leave the bunker. And Dewalt's going to be able to just walk in the front door here. And now he's only got a single Marine to deal with, a second Marine completed, so there's 3 total. But don't forget, one of those Marines is dead, well, just about dead. One more hit and he's gone. And Dewalt is doing a pretty good job so far, keeping this nice and clean. He's got he kept most of his, or he kept one of his Zealots alive for a while. We've got a few kills on, well, we got 1 kill on this one and definitely a couple of kills on the other. And almost gets another SCV. So I would call that a decent harass. He made some amount of progress. Unfortunately, I think it's about to fall over dead at this point unless he can get a couple of good hits, which he almost does. Is he going to get a free Marine? Oh, he goes for the other one. Nope. Oh, they all are so low. And very nice micro from Grindboss, keeping those Lobies alive. 2 in the red means they're almost dead. And the Protoss is going to be forced back. So Dewalt, unfortunately, looks like his harassment is done at this point. He's going to get back to work on getting that expansion up and running, making a bunch of probes, getting the macro going, and a Dragoon is being produced. I'm assuming he's getting range eventually. Maybe not yet. I think I lost that's what I wanted to see. He does have the gas for it, but instead he is... Oh, he's running right by again with another 2 Zealots. And that one is deep in the red, so it's not going to take too much to take this out. Oh no, those aren't the weak guys anyway. I think he must have left the weak ones in the, yep, he left all the weak ones in the bunker. Very nice. And Zealot almost gets 2 kills here. Marines, but again, not a lot accomplished, and I don't even know what killed the other one. Probably an SCV attacking it just one-on-one. That's all he needed. We are getting Dragoon range now, so he has got that going. It's going to be up to 3 goons here, and he may be able to, again, try to get some harassment going with these Dragoons, keeping Grindboss on his toes. Instead, he's going to opt for at least stopping the scout here of the Terran SCV. And it looks like Grindboss is thinking about, well, you know, he's got 3 Dragoons. I think I can take this. I don't, but hey, that's just one man's opinion. He does have some Spider Mines, so I guess if he gets a little lucky with the Spider Mines with some good hits, maybe he can take Dewalt out, but on its own, if he pushes beyond the Spider Mine boundary, he's not going to have a good time. Although Dewalt is moving out, and oh, he's going to run right into that mine, and boom! Oh, that was brutal. Grindboss looking to be in a very solid spot here all of a sudden, just taking out a single goon and doing massive damage to that other one. If he can kill that with the vultures before he gets home, oh, that'd be beautiful. But Dewalt is reinforcing. He is going to... Oh, no, he's got 11 hit points left. More mines go out on the field. Dewalt, are you making an observatory or a robotics facility? It looks like he is. He knows that he's got to get some observers out on the field if this is going to be any possibility of staying in this game. So those spider mines just brutal. But I think these guys, yep, they're both out of spider mines. They're going to get a free probe. That's unfortunate. But not before Dewalt threw down a couple of pylons to block off this back runaround here, which is a smart move. Again, we haven't seen it used yet on this map as we watch. And Grindboss trying to get into position here, actually backing off a little bit. All right, so he's going to just try to take control over these couple of ramps or bridges while he gets his 3rd mineral only up and running. And Dewalt, I think, is content to hang back and just build up his Dragoon force. Gets 2 vultures for free. Unfortunate for Grindboss. That was probably an unnecessary loss. I'm not sure that he needed to go after that. Maybe he was hoping to get a couple of probes, but I mean, where else would his Dragoons have been? You just saw them, so a little confused, slightly sloppy, but hey, you're going to see that from time to time. Meanwhile, we still have 3 tanks, which I'm assuming siege mode is not done yet. It looks like it is now. And he'll probably siege those up any second to take real control over those bridges. And honestly, you know, 10 units is not going to be able to break this with a couple of spider mines too easily if he decides to siege up. And that's what he's going to do as he takes out the mines to stop them from potentially being dragged into his tanks. Or not. Okay, never mind. Totally... not in the intent at all. And we haven't been paying attention to what was being built. A Trutacz shuttle drops DT that is going to do a mine drag unintentionally into the tanks, and these tanks are all of a sudden in a lot of trouble. He's going to get a tank for free for sure. Yes, no, yeah, oh, yes. Oh, he takes them out and does a little bit of damage on the other 2 here. But let's get to the main base. There is no detection. There's no ComSat at all. This might be game right here. ComSat is on the way. Unfortunately, there's no spider mines in the base. I don't even know if he has any mines because he was putting them all out on the field. No, he's only got a couple of vultures with any mines at all. And now we're seeing the first turrets being built. He managed to fix up a E-base somewhere. And there's the scan. But with the shuttle, who cares about scan? He's going to try to drop on this other turret before it's too late, and I may lose the shuttle as a trade here. Nope, that slow shuttle is going to make it out just in time. And DTs are going to be dropped in the back, and oh, I love it. He took he managed to take that out before the Spider-Mine can go off on him, which was fantastic. And now trying to hide here in the bottom left. There are no mines there, so he may actually be able to accomplish something here. But man, it is so weird observing without a mini-map, by the way. Another scan goes down. It looks like we'll have to see if he actually got that one. He did get it back in the shuttle. And in the meantime, this is what I wanted to see. Is Dewalt moving out with anything? He is. And there's 5 tanks here with pretty good surface area. So he may be able to get in here and do some solid damage to the tank. But oh, that Spider-Mine. Got to be careful. He's going to take a serious amount of damage here if he's not careful. That DT, though, is taking out a couple of things here. Let's see. Well, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. He's got 5 kills on him right now, going after the supply depot. This time he is going to be taken out, and it looks like Dewalt is just going to back off for now, which I can appreciate. Certainly, that's a lot of tanks, and I think a shuttle with a couple of zealot bombs would be pretty solid here. In the meantime, he's going to check out for the top left if there's any expansion there. He's taking bottom right at the same time, and his mineral only is also up and running and pretty well saturated. So Dewalt is in macro mode at this point. He's got 7 gateways and throwing down a couple more pylons just to keep him in good food supply order, as he's pretty far away from his supply cap. Unlike Grindboss, who, by the way, is supply capped right now. So worth pointing out that little issue there with the macro from Grindboss. We could attribute that to the supply depots that were taken out at the bottom left. And, this is all of a sudden, I mean, well, maybe not all of a sudden, but certainly looking like a good position for Dewalt to be in. He's got map control. He has the high ground already, and he's got an arbiter out, which I don't think he's got up to stasis yet. Nope, he's trying to wrap that up right now, and he doesn't have the energy anyway, so that timing's going to be perfect for when he does have the energy. It'll be done just before then. So Dewalt is about ready to, man, you could hit a monster stasis right here. Just aim right there, or maybe right here. Guaranteed at least 3 tanks. Maybe he could get 4. I don't think he can get 4, actually. I think he can only get those 3. And with taking out 3 tanks here, and mostly vultures, this Dragoon heavy army is actually going to have a pretty easy time cutting through that. Not sure where the observers are. There's 1, there's 2. Would have been nice if he was checking out behind him just in case if he's got to hightail it out of there. But you know what? It'll just be part of the game if that happens. It's just a couple of random spider mines. What can you do? There's no way that he can anticipate all of the hidden spider mines, of course. Grindboss, let's check these upgrades. +1 attack. Trutacz also has +1 attack. Let's check out the progress here. He's going for armor and no second forge here. So he is building a couple of cannons down there. Let's see if we can find the armory. Is it behind the minimap? No. Okay. That's hard to see. There it is, right there. So he's just going for 1-1 right now, and both players continuing to macro up as Dewalt is approaching the 150 mark and looking to blow by it here in the next round of units made. And he's definitely going hard on the gateways, bringing that count up to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 gates. And maybe some of these expansions. Nope, nothing else going yet. And just a really nice all-around surround where he's got control of the bridges outside of the mineral-only 3rd base. And, Grindboss wants to take it. He wants to take this base, but it's probably not going to happen. Probably not, as Dewalt is just in a great spot here. Again, another arbiter here. He's got 2 out on the field now. He's going to have 3 stasis in about 20 seconds. So Grindboss is potentially in a lot of trouble if he doesn't move. There's a solid stasis here and 1 here, but it looks like, nope, he is going to make a move. He wants to get that 4th base up and running. He hasn't taken any hits on that yet, and he's going to start moving it out at the same time. It looks like he may be moving out with his vultures to try to protect this, but with that number of goons, those vultures are just not going to be effective, and he may lose that CC. That's a lot of dragoons, actually. Wow, I don't know. Tanks are trying to save it before it's too late, but if he just attacks that CC, oh, he could have taken it out. I think he could have got that, or he could have got pretty close to it, but it looks like he's going to push Dewalt a little bit further back. There are no SCVs over here to repair this, though, and this is a real hard spot to push from. If you're Terran, I mean, how do you get through here? This is like, look at this just alleyway you got to try to push through, and there's just not a lot of tank attacks going on. This tank is now in range. This one has yet to shoot anything for the past, I don't know, 2 minutes here. And oh, he is going to get the CC. He takes it out. Unfortunate for our Terran player here, Grime Boss, but you know what? It is what it is. Oh, there was a recall, by the way. We totally missed what appeared to be a mini recall. What was there, like 5 units in that? That didn't do anything. So these Dragoons continuing to just be a very big annoyance, and they're getting a lot of kills here, actually. 4 kills on him, 6 kills on him. Wow, and those are not SCV kills. Those are vultures and tank kills. That's massive. What we got here? Oh, we got another Arbiter coming in. He sees the mines, though, so he knows not to recall there. He's going to go all the way into the main, into the turret field here. And oh, we're gonna have to hide some stuff to see this fight. Not a massive recall. He does finally lose that Arbiter, but he does a lot of damage here. He's got a good storm. I'm not sure. Let's see if we can see kill count here. Oh, wasn't that? I guess it wasn't that Templar, or that Templar didn't kill it. Oh no, we got 3 kills on that Templar, and again taking out the supply depots and everything to do with them. And Grime Boss is just like, hey, can I just get my 4th base going? Unfortunately, oh, beautiful storms, catching all of these vultures in a choke point. Those are going to be cleaned up by Dragoons without too much issue. And let's take a look at the supply again. Grime Boss is dropping quick. He is going to clean this up. But is he going to lose another CC? Man, I hope not. If Dewalt decided to start attacking that in particular, he might have, although there is an SCV there where he should have been able to repair. But again, Dewalt just stopping this top left base from ever existing, and Grime Boss is in scramble mode. Dewalt also has a pretty good mineral bank going right now, and Grime Boss GG's, that's it. He sees that he's being pincered from the inside out. Stasis at the last second on all of the mining SCVs. I like it. Dewalt playing with some style, and at the end of the day, I think Dewalt totally nailed it. So very nice game from Dewalt, and let's get the next one up and rolling. So all right, what did we... I totally forgot what we did here last time. Let's start by changing the map. All right, so we're going to go from benzene to... Oh, actually, I got to go look what the next map is. Neo-Syphlid. Cool. This is a pretty looking map. Okay. And then we're just gonna hide the other screen while I get the next replay up and running. Okay, I didn't learn my lesson, I know. I said I would, but I didn't. Make sure I don't exit the program. This is a lot to do all at once, trying to talk and like click stuff. Very difficult. Alright, let's get into Race War number 3. We can do a stats update here as well. We're playing, Dewalt moves on to play Gorinich for sure. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Let's see. Nope, I don't want to click anything yet because I'm going to mess it up. So let's just do the update here real quick. He is going to be playing a Zerg player, and it is going to be Gorinich. I apologize in advance for when I mess up that name like 50 times in a row. So let's start this game up. Switch over to the game. There we go. There's the stats, the latest stats for Dewalt. Oh no, I messed up my table. Oh, I can't handle that. I can't deal with that. We gotta get our borders back up and running. There we go. All right. OCD kicking in. Sorry about that. All right, the screen's going to blank out for a second here. Sorry about that. That's just what happens when you switch screens. There it goes. We do want the replay bar, and we don't want stats, and we do want the map. So let's just take a quick look at this map. This is a 3-player map. We've got top position for Dewalt and, I don't know, 4 o'clock position for Gorinich, it looks like. You can see that they've got most of it is flat. There is a mineral only or not mineral only, I'm sorry, that is a full base. That's on the raised green. That is accessible from all directions. So while it is high ground, you can imagine just a giant ramp around it. And then the top left, if we're looking at the top base, you can see that that 4th expansion that's pretty well protected. Small ramp to get in. You can't do tank drops behind it at all. And really, there's a lot of, if you look at this map, there's actually a pretty decent amount of dead space behind a lot of areas. So it forces a lot of action, obviously, in the middle, which isn't surprising, as most maps do. And let's take a look. Looks like we do have a overpool for Gorinich, which is pretty safe to start. And then for Protoss, looks like gateway start again. This is not the first time we've seen the gateway start from Dewalt. Definitely looks like he prefers it. And you know what? I just realized Dewalt's on game 3. So there's potential that Dewalt goes for the all kill with how well he's playing. And Dewalt is specifically very strong PvZ. That's something that I've noticed in watching his games. I think PvZ is probably his best matchup. But yeah, I mean, Gorinich is no slouch either. He can certainly pull it out if he can keep his play up to par. And it looks like we're going to see 3 eggs more full of Zerglings. So 6 lings coming out on the map. Nothing else to be noted quite yet. So I think Gorinich might be going for a potential run by, which would be very scary right here. He sees this huge gap, and depending on what Dewalt builds right now, which is nothing, he's going to be able to run right past this without speed. It's unneeded. He does get a pylon block taken out. It looks like Dewalt's still trying to be a little sneaky by some time. He knows there's some lings, so he knows there's potential of a run by. I'm surprised, though, that he's just not building anything. That's a little scary. But he does have the attention of the lings over here trying to take out the probe scout. So Gorinich is, I guess, not going to do too much with these lings right now. He obviously still sees that there's nothing here. So he could just run by if he wanted, and a Nexus goes down first, which again, a little ballsy from Dewalt. Again, this is very clearly visible from the Zerg player. I think he can also run by here, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of holes in the defense, but for now, apparently Gorinich cares more about blocking the vision of that probe than anything else. So he doesn't want him to get back in the base and see what he's got going on. There is no lair yet. That's worth mentioning. And there's also nothing on gas. So we may see a ling all in here for three hatcheries. That would be cool. I think it's not a terrible idea. Forge is just going down now. Dewalt is still playing in the dark here. Let's see how serious he takes it. He cannot get in. And yes, we are definitely going to see a ling all in from Gorinich from these 3 hatcheries. So right now it looks like he's up to about a dozen lings. Yep, for sure. I think, yep, there's a dozen. And he's just going to pump them out. He's got a little bit of supply to work with here. It looks like he's going to drone up as well. So I guess I shouldn't call this an all-in. I'm curious what he makes out of this. An Overlord. And he's just going to go after it with 12 lings for now. So single control group, which is easy to manage. Can't argue that one. And see if he can break through that wall. And no, he's not breaking through that wall. I don't think you can run through here. I think this blocks it off. This artifact or whatever that is. So at this point, 12 lings on the field that are probably not going to do a whole lot for Gorinich. I don't think so anyway. And he's going to transition into what looks like maybe some Hydra play. Still nothing on gas. Nothing mining at all. And with only 12 gas banked, he's just going to continue to drone for now, which again makes a lot of sense. Let's see if we can check out the saturation here or lack thereof. Uh, yeah, a couple more drones being made. There he is. And we've got a Corsair, or sorry, Stargate being made for Dewalt. So he's going to get some scouting information one way or another. I like it. Definitely a good play when you are being blocked out as hard as he is. Even if you're not going to do anything or accomplish anything with that Corsair, it is totally worth it. And you know, something that I've actually been seeing in PVZs lately is Arbiter play, which is not common, mostly because, you know, the benefit of Arbiters from a, um, you know, cloaking standpoint are completely negated by Overlords. And it can just be, it can be hard for full on frontals, but a solid couple of stasis can be good. You know, a recall when the units are completely out of position can be good. So I don't think that's what DeWalt is thinking about right now, but it is an interesting thing that I've been seeing lately in the BSL games, or some other BSL games, and worth considering at the very least. Although I will say, typically you're not going to see that at higher level play, and DeWalt is about about the highest level BSL play that you'll get to. He's definitely S ranked. I think I said this in the last game with Moltrap, but he is, you know, he's from Russia, and I don't know where Gorinich is from. I should have looked that up before the game started. But yeah, just a very, very solid player. Used to the cold, can handle cold hands, no problem. And you know, a little bit of vodka warms that up real quick. And just looking to play standard here at this point. I see we've got a couple more gateways coming in. There's the Corsair wrapping up. We're not seeing +1 on air. Moving into the forge, a couple more gateways. Pretty standard. So, well, while we got a minute here of things that are just kind of calm and not much happening outside of this lair, worth bringing up again. You know, you can check these players out on twitch.tv pretty regularly. I don't know if Gorinich streams. I know DeWalt does. He's a lot of fun to watch. I will say that I haven't seen DeWalt streaming as much lately, but I'll link his Twitch down below. It's just twitch.tv/DeWalt. Again, I also don't know if Grimeboss streams. I can't recall seeing him streaming, but I'll check to see if he does have a stream or a Twitch account that you can follow, or anything else. So if there is, you can expect to find that down below as well. BSL is streamed by a guy named Zero, is ZZZERO, Zero, and I'll link him as well. He also has a Discord where he announces all the games, when you can expect to find the next games played, who's playing, stats. He's got nice graphics. Maybe we'll try to get some graphics from him for future BSL games that we cast, to share, you know, what's going on there. He's also got a website set up, which is, you know, at first I was like, oh, BSL website, oh, this is going to be cute. And I go to it, I'm like, oh, wow, it's actually a nice website. It's like, it's well done. It's got really nice player profiles. So if you're interested in learning more about the players, highly recommend checking that out. It's you know, it's a pretty well produced show. He does have a Patreon set up so that you can support that if you want to see more of these games, and I highly recommend you do. It's definitely, in my opinion, some of the best StarCraft content out there today. I know a lot of people are watching guys like Artosis streaming, but you know, keep in mind, Artosis, yeah, super entertaining. Totally watching myself all the time. He pulls in a solid crowd of 1,500 plus on the regular. But worth checking out some of these other guys, especially if you're not a Terran player. DeWalt, Protoss, great person to watch. We're going to do some games of a guy named Oya in the not too distant future. Also, great Protoss player, great stream to watch. You got Jay-Yoon, you got Eggio for Zerg. We're going to do Medino in the very near future. There's a ton of people to play, to learn from, to watch, and I hope you're getting involved in the community again, because what you're seeing on YouTube is just a game or two, but the communities are not dead by a long shot. I mean, StarCraft is still going strong. You'll check out these different Discords and whatnot, and you'll find hundreds of people on them. There's just more than I can even count. I couldn't even link it to all the Discords. Almost every player's got one. The BSL's got one. But if you want to start somewhere, I'd suggest you start with the BSL Discord. You'll find a lot of players there you can reach out and contact and talk to. I can't tell you if they're going to be particularly social or not, but you know what? I reach out to them all the time for replays and whatnot. And everybody's been great and sharing some games with me that I can share with you guys. So enough with that commercial interruption. Now let's get back to the game. We've got a couple control groups of hydras moving out. And again, this is a base where you can get just... Ooh, he's going to lose. Oh, both those Corsairs. But this is a base where you can get really nice surface area around here because, again, you can enter from all these different areas without any issue outside of where the little doodads are, the trees. I think that the technical term is actually doodads. I'm pretty sure. If they're not creatures, these are like these are all considered doodads. A lot of overlords out on the field. I'm curious. He's got speed just wrapping up. If he's thinking about drop, maybe drop play, and in low numbers, wow, hydras are going to just demolish these dragoons. And now a couple of good storms here, which it looks like he's got a solid 1 in him, 2 in him, 2 in him. Oh, but he ran right into it. But that was a beautiful storm. He took a ton of damage from that. Only got 1 Hydra, but with how low health they all are, yeah, a second storm for even a half a second takes out another 3 of them. So pretty good defense here by Dewalt, keeping Gorinich back from doing too much damage. But Gorinich is doing a nice job. He's on 4 bases, and every single one of the bases are not, none of these are mineral only, which actually, now that I think about it, I don't think this map has mineral only. No, that would be... Polypoid that's got that. And yeah, he's just working on his macro here. He's got some lurkers out on the field. Let's do an upgrade check. +1, +0. Let's see if we can find that. There it is. He's working on +2 attack. And may have a battle here in the near future. Let's see if we can do a quick check on the Protoss. 1-1 with 2-2 on the way. He has 2 forges going, so that 202 is going to be a great timing. If he can hold out till then without having to attack, he's certainly going to prefer attacking once that those upgrades wrap up. Zerg, on the other hand, is going to go into Hive Tech, so we can start looking to see some Defiler play, hopefully. I don't think this is looking to be like an Ultra build here right now, but certainly it's possible. You never know. And there's a lot of Hydras on the map. Dewalt's at 150 supply, 123 for the Zerg player. Pretty even, actually, for how much these units cost for Protoss. And let's get into this battle here. We've got a really nice surround coming on with 3 Templar. He's got to be careful for the storms, but oh, the Zealots come from the back and totally dismantle that. In the meantime, storms are taking out massive amounts of Hydras, and I think both players are content to go back and lick their wounds for the short term here. Except for this one Zealot, he's like, wait, we fighting? Oh, nope, I can't see what's attacking me. And he runs away. Gorinich still on these 4 bases. Dewalt, I've got to imagine, is thinking about taking a 5th here in the not too distant future. Gets his 4th, well, he just got his 4th up and running, so maybe it's a little soon for that. Nothing coming out of that Stargate anymore, and nothing coming out of that robot. Oh, sorry, I stand corrected. I should click on it. Observer and Shuttle coming out, so we may see some Storm drops then. That's the most likely play. Couple of Templar, couple of Zealots maybe to take out some units here. This would be a great base to storm drop right now. There's just nothing over there at all. And Gorinich is going to go up to that 5th base here. So starting to really hit that scary Zerg level of play, of macro. But Dewalt is not going to let it happen. He sees it with the Observer, or 2, and decides that, nope, you're not going to get that right now. You're going to have to wait. So that's going to delay that base for Gorinich. Gorinich also trying to clear out a Zealot here so he can eventually take this, I'll call this, I don't know, 730 base. As he's got a drone over there to do exactly that. But again, Dewalt sees it. He knows that if there's Hydras taking that out, he's got to run. And smart move by Gorinich, not actually showing this drone. But dude, no. You just got to sacrifice these Hydras. They're going to die. He knows. Okay, maybe he doesn't know that they're still in there. No, he does know that they're still in there. And realizes that he's got some free Zerg units to go after. And, well, maybe not. Maybe he's just going to hang out there. Back in the middle, though, we still have map control from Dewalt. Big battle going on over here. Unfortunately, so few units are actually fighting that he's going to have to back off. Not before getting a pretty decent storm out and some blue goo spreading across the field here. Once again, pushing out for another nice storm. Hits a bunch of Hydras, but unfortunately going to lose 3 Templar in the process. That's an expensive trade that was probably not worth it. And it looks like Dewalt never actually got those units over there. He's going to bring them back for the main fight here. It's the main event. But look at this beautiful Zerg just contain. He's got, I guess you can't really call it contain. This is more of just a general defense, but very nice spread by the lurkers. Maybe 2 will be hit here by 1 storm, or these 2, but generally good spread. And Dewalt, he's going to have to be very pointed in where he attacks, and I like how he's going for the edges here. This is the right play. He can take out this hatchery, keeps him back down to 4 bases. He's still on 4 bases himself. Zerg trying to run in with some lings for a run by, but plenty of cannons and a couple of zealots at the front door. That's going to stop that from happening. A DT mixed in there randomly. That's interesting. Maybe just looking for those freebies if there's no overlords. Can punish that type of action. Well, sloppiness, I should say. It's always, especially at the lower levels, that's a great thing to do. Just mix in a random DT. Massive amounts of damage, although not particularly great around this type of lurker defense, but again, ton of damage that they can do versus the Zerg if they're not paying attention. So we do have the 202 for Protoss, and we are seeing 2 attack for the Zerg. He's working on shield and attack. So he's going to go 212, or 312, I should say, in the not too distant future. And again, it looks like he is checking just in case to see if there's a base here. And there was an attempted base, but again, it was canceled. And this time he knows for sure there are units to be had. And this time it's 5 lurkers against 7 zealots, 6 zealots, 5 zealots. But the zealots are winning. 4 zealots, 3 zealots, 2 lurkers, 1 lurker, 3 zealots, 2. Oh my goodness. He takes them all out, and he's going to stop that from happening again. But that drone still somehow alive. Oh, that stupid goon almost caught it. Running against the wall unintentionally. Couple of Zerglings here just choosing to end their miserable lives. And back into the fight over here, we've got a pretty decent Hydra attack to try to stop this 5th base from going up. And no storm. There's the storm right there. Catches a couple of Hydras. Good second storm. That second storm brought that up to about a 5, 6, 7 Hydra kill. And I think Dewalt should be able to clean this up if he's paying attention. There he is. That DT, again, there is no... oh, that's a good catch. It's like a baseball mitt catching a baseball, I guess. A baseball of Hydras. And able to clean that up without any loss at all. I think maybe he lost 1 cannon. So Zerg's starting to get antsy here. He knows that he's got to make a move. Dewalt is up to 5 bases. He's not on 5 bases, which means he's going to be behind. We do have a Defiler out, and let's see. Oh, we totally missed something attacking over here. That's unfortunate. We'll have to rewind after. But the Defiler goes right into the storm. He's almost taken out and hasn't done anything. He does have Consume. He can throw down Plague or Dark Swarm. What's he decide to go for? It looks like he's going to go for the Darude. I like it. There's one. Oh, good storm right on top of the lurkers that are in there. That's going to take him out. And only 1 sandstorm for this Defiler for now. And unfortunately for him, he's cleaned up. And he's getting pretty low on supply. Dewalt is once again finding himself in a very strong position against the Zerg player. He is up to that 3-1-2. No more upgrades at this point. Really doesn't need any more upgrades for quite some time. I think that he's basically a critical mass here where should he choose to move out, especially with a Reaver, he is going to be in good shape to do some serious damage here. Another Reaver on the way, and pairing that up with an Arbiter. We are going to see an Arbiter. That is... Oh, there's already one out. That is awesome. There was another drop over here. It looks like he's going to go for the Defiler mount. He gets it. I'm not sure if there was anything upgrading there, and unfortunately that Archon's going to die to Cracklings for sure. But that is going to be a great way to stop too many Defilers from ruining his day, whether it be Plagues or Sandstorms. There's a little bit of everything to be had. We do have 2 Defilers out on the map that I'm aware of. Maybe there's a couple more here, but I'm guessing these are the 2 that he's got for now. Has he rebuilt the Defiler mount anywhere? It looks like he's working on it. Nope, Spire and Defiler mount. Spiler mount. And another drop going down, this time with a Reaver and Storms. Oh my goodness, he got every single one of those. He got all of them. 13, 16 kills total with the Storms. That is brutal, and he's going for more, but there's only 2. There's nothing to get there. And that Reaver with an Archon in front of it, against Lings that are just going against the Zealots, what are you doing? Oh, he's going to take out a ton of these lings, and he's going to pick up that Reaver for another day, apparently. Nope, he's going to drop him and try to do a little bit more damage, gets a couple more Hydras, and decides to sack this Reaver, although he's not going to be able to save that. Dewalt going after base number 6. Gorynich does finally get base number 5 and 6 up and running, or started at the very least. He's not really running, and again, he just lost a ton of drones. He's down to 35. That's unfortunate. Dewalt, a very nice spot, being at 58. And again, good saturation at all of his bases. Nothing hanging out here at the main. We do see more Arbiters being made. This is fantastic. He's going right after it, though. Sandstorm goes down, and that's going to protect the Lurkers from the Archons, but not from the Zealots, and not from good Storms. And very clumped up Zerg units are going to eat Storms. This could be GG if Gorynich can't get some sort of stabilization here. And the only thing that upsets me about this is I don't think we're going to get to see Arbiter play at this rate. Oh, another massive Storm takes out all the Hydras, and that's probably going to be game for Gorynich. Please, where's the recall? You have 3 Arbiters, 2 Arbiters. Let's see it before it's too late. More Sandstorm going down, and also more Storm going down. That Defiler is going to be, well, not taken out, but man, all those Lings are. And there's no stopping Dewalt. He's like grinding through this Zerg army like it's nothing. That Dewalt grinder right there. I love it. I hope you guys like my cheesy effects. So I think this is probably going to be game for Dewalt. We're down to 39 drones being half the supply of what we're seeing, and the other half being Lings. This is not looking good for Gorynich, so no reason to sugarcoat it. A couple of Lurkers here and there, Nidus Canal here and there, none of those things matter, and he's going to GG. And we never saw the Arbiter. It was so close. So close. All right, guys, well, that is going to be it for part 1 of the Race Wars. We've got Dewalt on a 3-0 streak here. Let's bring up the stats while we're at it. Let's take a look at who's next and keep this game moving. Let's hit that button, and then we can just green him up. I got to get the colors right. Oh, that was the wrong color. And then we got to get this. All right, Kryak, can you make it happen? Can you do it? Can I find the right blue? So Kryak, our next turn to go up against Dewalt, and you can see that Dewalt is in really good form here. Obviously plowing through 3 opponents in a row, 2 Zerg, 1 Terran. Does Kryak stand a chance to slow down Dewalt? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. So again, go check out the BSL guys. Go click on some of those links below. Tell them Rise sent you. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this content. We're going to be going for a while. There's a ton of BSL games going, and we'll probably get some more dual casts going with Mole Trap in the not too distant future. Maybe if I can find somebody else who's interested, I'll do some other dual casts. No, it's probably not Collar. It's just I hate to break it to you guys. I haven't heard from him in a long time. I think he's out living his best life, you know. Which good for him, by the way. Happy hope he's in a good place. And yeah, we'll get some more games in the not too distant future. So leave some comments below. Let me know what you like and don't like. I am probably going to go get a new microphone here. I noticed after casting with Mole Trap that, man, I just sound all like tinny and in a basement, which I am in a basement. So not my mom's basement. So we're moving up in life here. But yeah, we'll probably get some upgrades going here. So there's some better sound quality, and we'll keep working with some of these cool little things we can do with, you know, the Streamlabs stuff for live streams. And also one other thing worth mentioning is when I hit 1,000 stream hours, I can within the last 12 months. I have well over that, obviously, for all of time, but then we look at the last 12 months. But once we hit that, I'll actually probably start live streaming these on YouTube. So if you want to catch them live and talk while I'm streaming, we can do that. That'll be a lot of fun, and definitely something that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully you guys look forward to. That's probably a couple of weeks out by the time I hit 1,000 hours. I think I'm at like 130 right now with the couple of videos that I put out. So
we'll keep them rolling, and hopefully you guys keep on watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next game. GG's.